Welcome to the www.thepapare.com live here from the Naval Base grounds here in Valisara. Today we'll be featuring Group B crucial clash between Navy SC and Renown SC. Navy needing nothing but all 3 points as they slumped to an unfortunate defeat against one of their arch rivals, Air Force SC. And Renown, on the other hand, have had a perfect 100% record in this year's competition and will want nothing but to maintain that. But it will be Navy who will have to dig deep in this crucial clash. But as you see, Navy going through their customary warm-up procedure, and Renown SC yet to take the field as some of their players are still making their way into the dressing room. And it's... And as we have gotten the news that the game is a delayed kickoff today due to unknown reasons thus far, but it's still promising to be one cracker of an affair with Navy going for nothing but the kill. So stay tuned with ThePapare.com as we go to a short commercial break, and we will be back with the live action in about 10 minutes time. Do tune in to the www.thepapare.com.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee, can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1 for 1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging, and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1 for 1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS, and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Beh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
Michael Jackson burlesque movie. Malvane kinna sanga Navala pitiye yureni me Sedavate leke Bob Marley ಯಾಪನಯೇ ರಜನಿಕಾಂತ್ ಯಾಪನಯೇ ರಜನಿಕಾಂತ್ ಹುಟ್ಟಾವೆ ಶಾರುಖ್ ಖಾನ್ ಹುಟ್ಟಾವೆ ಶಾರುಖ್ ಖಾನ್ ಲೋಕೆ ಎಂಗಲ ಬೀಲ ಲೋಕೆ ಬಿಸಿ ಬೀಲ ಲೋಕೆ ಮಟೆಂಡಗ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪ್ಲೇ ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉන්න අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසි වෙන්න
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත්ම ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
You gotta pledge your allegiance. You're not the only one. Listen up for violence. Let them have some fun, some fun, some fun.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee Krap! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want.
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Meh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited. My patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Michael Jackson burlesque movie Malvane kinna sanga
Navala pitiye anyway Sedavatere ke Bob Marley
Ennarango pila Lopura sexarala Loke matende the video Yapana ye Rajini Khan Uttave Shah Rukh Khan Loke engala vila Dialog visibila Loke matende the video
ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉන්න අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Every breath you take Every move you make Every game you play Every word you say I'll be watching you Every step you take I'll be watching you Every step you take I'll be watching you Every breath you take Every step you take Every move you make Every game you play Every word you say I'll be watching you Every move you make Every step you take I'll be watching you
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee Krap! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Meh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Michael Jackson burlesque movie Malvane ginna sanga
Navala pidiyu reni me Sedavate leke Bob Marley
Ennarango pila Lopura sexarala Loke matende do video Yapana ye Rajnikant Uttave Shahrukh Khan Loke engala vila Dialog visibila Loke matende do video ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉන්න අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් කාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න
Welcome back to the www.thepapare.com. After a slight delay, now everything seems to be set for kickoff in this crucial Group B encounter between Navy SC playing at home and between the unbeaten team thus far in this year's competition, Renown SC, with a 100% record, 6 wins out of 6 for them. Navy, on the other hand, came off a home defeat against Air Force, and as it stands, Navy are in a position where they have to win this encounter to keep their Super 8 hopes alive. So this will be a cracker of an affair with Navy having all but to lose in this crucial game, and Renown, on the other hand, with all the depth and the talent which is available for them, will be a very daunting task ahead for Navy SC. Time and time again, Renown have proved to be one of the most dominant sides in this year's competition. So many other big names faltering, such as Saunders and Colombo FC, but Renown have maintained their dominance from start to finish, at least up until this point. So Navy will know that they have their work cut out, and they will have to certainly improve on their performance from last week, which was rather disappointing considering the fact that they were playing at home. Despite taking the lead against Air Force, they gave it away rather cheaply, and from that point onwards it was just all Air Force who took the game by the scruff of the neck. And now the match commissioner along with the match officials are going through the formalities just before kickoff, and it is promising to be one cracker of a game, like I said, especially considering the fact that Navy will not hold back. They will have to come off their blocks rather fast, and will have to take Renown by surprise, if any. Renown will know what they are up against. They will not take things lightly. They will know that Navy, with their current situation and league position, will play a rather attacking game. So all to play for here in the Navy SC or the Navy base grounds here in Valisara. And as we speak, the chief guest for today has been announced, and will go through the customary handshakes and will get himself acquainted with the teams. It will start off with the visiting Renown team, as the team skipper will introduce his team to the guests. I'm joined here in commentary today by Deshan Gonawala. Deshan, certainly a lot to play for in terms of Navy SC is possible with it's all or nothing sort of a tie here.
Most certainly, Joe. Last week they did not help their cause at all. They really lost it in terms of the last game. They could have done far better after taking the lead, but just showed a bit of complacency, and now they've made it harder for themselves against what is arguably the best and most consistent team in the league so far.
True, very true. I think after scoring such an early goal, they had their opponents on the ropes, but they gave their lead away very cheaply, and ever since, I think it was Navy, I beg your pardon, it was Air Force who just kept growing in confidence. They can't afford to do that with Renown, especially considering their strike force, which is relentless in this year's competition. Job Michael especially coming off 2 consecutive hat-tricks in the last week and the week before that. So certainly a lot for the Navy defense to be content with, and the teams, just to make things clearer, Mohammad Usman in goal for Renown SC. Dimuthu Priyodakshana is going to play as right back. Francis Chikareba rather as centre back. Kamil Hakim is the other centre back, partnering Francis. Mohammad Rizkan will be the left back, and Mohammad Rizni will team up with Fazur Rahman in the centre defensive midfield role, and Rifnaz will play the number 10's role, as Afam Akram will be on the left, and the ever reliable Mohammad Fazal on the right, and the relentless Job Michael up front. Certainly a very daunting task ahead for Navy SC.
Most certainly, Navy SC with Krishanta Pereira, Supun Taranga, Pradeep Pereira, Subhash Madhushan, Chaturanga Sanjeeva, Dhammika Ratnayaka, Chamira Krishanta, Nalaka Roshan, Fernando, Nirmal Vijayatunga, and Tarindu Eranga lining up for them. They've definitely got the support here today. Quite a few Navy personnel showing up to get behind their team. They seem to understand the gravity of this game, Joe. How do you think it's going to pan out from here?
Yeah, Navy never short of home support whenever they play in their home grounds, but I think the supporters, to a certain extent, have been let down with their last few weeks' performances, but still Navy have the numbers and the ranks to make or cause an upset, if you could call that, because they will certainly start this game as underdogs, considering the fact that Renown are absolutely in sublime form in this year's competition. But Navy, you can never underestimate them. They've had a very good record at home during the last few years here in their home grounds. They will be a force to reckon with if they get their fundamentals right, and that is exactly what the team out in the middle will also want to happen, especially the skipper Krishanta Pereira, who after the first goal just went missing in that also important tie against Air Force. I'm sure he would want to make an impression. He would want to improve on that performance, as we see Navy about to kick things off here, as the referee has a little glance at his officials, gets a thumbs up, and he's starting the clock off, and we are just seconds away from the first whistle, and here we go. Navy, like last week, will not be hesitant to play their way out of defense. Sometimes it turned out to be their villain in certain occasions, as they try to be a little too crafty in defense, rather than clearing their lines. Just as we speak, the Navy band, as always, here to support their team, making themselves heard as well.
Like you were saying, Joe, both teams do look like they've been set up to play it out the back. Both teams do look like they're going to play more ball oriented rather. Definitely the weather very humid over here at Välisära. The sun not doing too much to help the cause. Is going to force the teams to, stay away from being a bit too aggressive early on, as I'm pretty sure especially Renown would be waiting for those chances to get on the counter attack.
Yeah, there's an occasional breeze which sweeps across the field momentarily. I think both teams have to be aware of it. I'm sure Navy SC in their home conditions are very much aware of it. It's a matter of how the home team, or the visiting team rather, will adjust to it. Again, as we see, Mohammad Rifnas with a loose pass, apologetic hand up to Afam Akram, who was supposed to receive the turnover ball, and Navy clearing their lines, not taking any chances by the looks of it during these early exchanges.
Probably one of the key reasons behind early loose play is probably the fact that Renown, of course, did not get enough time to warm up. A bit of a lapse on their part in terms of coming to the ground on time.
Yeah, still the reasons as to why their arrival to the grounds was delayed is unknown. But whatever said and done, I think they were on the receiving end, or they were on the unfortunate end of that incident, as we see Fazlur Rahman with a beautiful ball into the box. Rifnas trying to find Job Michael, but a very tame ball across the face of goal, easy for the keeper, quickly releasing it towards the left hand side of field. Now Subhash with all the space that he needs, looking up for support, and very poor there. The support did arrive, but support didn't arrive as fast as he expected it to. Again, gifting the ball back to the Renown defense. And again, the Renown players, as always, very comfortable on the ball when they receive it. They seem to have all the time in the world when they do have the ball at their feet, something which has contributed to their significant start to this year's competition, as we see Mohammad Rizkan denying Krishant Pereira the time and space on the right hand side to make any sort of progress, but a throw in for Navy nonetheless.
Navy most certainly do seem the side that have settled in better. They're creating a few chances. Good chance here. Ball just flashing over the top of the midfielder who's rushing in for the ball. And now good chance here for Fazal to push forward. Not enough support in midfield. Rifnaz not being able to get up. Job Michael the only option.
This is where Renown are really dangerous, because they don't mind sitting back in defense, and when the opportunity presents itself, they are deadly in the counter. Time and time again we've witnessed it, and even the last week against Police, they were deadly on the counter, especially with the ranks of Fazal on the right, with Afam on the left, and Job Michael up front. They have no shortage of pace, if you could say that. But so far there has not been any sort of productive linking between the front men and the midfield, but who's to say that it will continue as such, as we see Krishant Pereira working himself, and the Renowned defense rather allowing him to play himself in, but on a timely moment Mohammad Hakim or Kamil Hakim stepping in to usher the ball out of the playing field, but they cannot allow Krishant Abesekara, or I beg your pardon, Krishant Pereira rather, with all that space and time, because he could be a deadly customer with all his experience down the years, as we see another loose goal kick, presenting the ball to Navy SC.
Ladies and gentlemen, you probably can't see it on your screens as of yet, but Navy SC do seem to be playing 3-5-2 today. They've got wingbacks in order, probably to counter the attacks that Renown are so famous for. As we can see here, Fazal trying to unleash Mohammad Rifnaz, with just Rifnaz and the goalie. Once again though, Navy have countered the threat. Good chance here for them to get in the box. Krishant Pereira continuing to just stay outside the box and make those late runs. Early on, Joe, you saw a brilliant pass from Tarindu Eranga coming across to Krishant Pereira. Could have done more with it.
Yeah, I think he had more time than he thought he did, and I think a bit more time than what he would have wanted, and eventually it came down to nothing again. But Subhash, considering his performance against Air Force, has made a very lively start. I think he was a mere spectator rather in that encounter between Air Force. Hardly made a telling contribution in offence. The man up front, as we see Fazul Rahman winning a 50-50 challenge. Rizni looking for his man, again closed down very fast. I think the change in formation for Navy is a result of last week's poor performance. I think they're trying to shuffle things around and see whether they could counter this poor run of form in a different method or a different formation rather. So far they seem to be finding space and time as of their new structure in midfield and up front, but yet to make any sort of rich dividend out of it. But certainly they're in the front foot.
Joe, I think we've just gotten some information regarding the delay of the kickoff. We've just been told that Renown SC were a bit delayed in having their players come over to the grounds. Not something you'd really expect at this level, and something that the federation and the officials here really need to take a look at.
Yeah, something we don't usually witness in most of the foreign leagues is the fact that the team doesn't travel separately. You always travel as a team. You get there on time and you go through your formalities together. But in the local context, you always witness the fact that most of the teams travel either separately or in bits and pieces. So that is one of the reasons why you cannot assemble at least the playing 11 on time to do your customary warm-ups. That is something I think, considering the standard or the level of football that we are playing here, that the federation or the authorities have to have a look at. That time and time again has caused so many delays, especially when teams are playing away from their hometowns. Now, considering the fact that Velisara is relatively away from where Renown usually play their football in Colombo, so that has to be attended to by the authorities and the officials, because this is not something which the Dialog Champions League as a whole could accommodate on the long run.
Credit to Navy in that regard. They were well prepared, they were on time, they had all their formalities sorted well in advance and were ready for kickoff sharp on time. Unfortunately, we could not start the game today on the time we were supposed to due to these delays, and we apologize. We will try to ensure that this does not happen in the future. And we can see here immediately Renown trying to play it out the back, like Joe was saying just a few minutes ago. Mohammad Rifnaz getting caught in a bit of a muddle there. Hakim looking for Rizni to Rifnaz. Rifnaz looking for the ever threatening Afam Akram. Once again here, ball goes back to Rizkan. Hakim taking his time on the ball. Hakim looks long, tries to find Afam Akram and get the ball beyond the wing backs. Just a bit too much on it.
I think what the Navy players are emphasizing is the fact that they can afford to, the defensive line can afford to press a bit more than that they're currently positioned in the playing field. I think they've understood the fact that Renown are rather sitting back at the moment. Afam Akram, being a right winger, is positioned himself on the halfway line, so that is rather an encouraging sign for Navy going forward, because I think Renown have shown signs of being content despite their counter-attacking style.
I think Dhammika Ratnayaka there on the far side, just trying to go down the flank and put a ball in. Navy have looked a bit threatening. They've not done too much damage, but they seem to lack the potency and the threatening nature that Renown do possess. A lot of these players that play for Renown do play for the national team. They do play for big corporates, the likes of Rahman and Fazal. And once again, nearly Rizni finding his teammate Fazal. It's back on the left flank for Navy SC, who seem to be using that flank, dominating that flank. Dimuthu Priyadarshana seems to be in for a very busy evening today.
Certainly the left hand side has been the most productive for Navy thus far. As we speak again, another ball into the box, and Renown to a certain extent are camped in their own half thus far, and Navy have to make sure they capitalize on this with all this valuable possession, and the referee again giving away a free kick in favor of Navy there for a high boot from Rifnas. They have to be careful because Navy can be deadly with their set pieces. They have quality free kick takers in their ranks, and as we see again, one of their players are lining it up. Two players seem to be favourites for this, but it seems like it's only one player who is favourite to take this, that is Eranga. But again, a very wild attempt on goal, hardly troubling Mohammad Usman in the Renown post at the moment, but certainly a lot of encouraging signs for Navy FC starting off.
Tarendra Ranga has been having a lot of joy down that left flank, and Navy for the time being seems to have reverted back to a four-man defence as of now, with number 4 Supun Tharanga also joining in with the rest of the back three. Mohammad Fazal, Dimuthu Priyadarshana, fancy footwork there, smart turns.
Lovely turn there by Dimuthu Priyadarshana in defence. I think that's the sort of experience you need in times like these, because it's certainly tough going at the moment in terms of defensive duties, but again, like I said, they can turn defense into attack just like how they have at the moment. But again, Rifnas, who has started off rather sloppily in this first half, giving the ball away, but now Renown lack a few bodies at the back as Navy SC gallop forward, but again, a lot of sideways movement rather than front like they would like to. But the ball eventually finds its way to Krishanta Pereira, and Krishanta Pereira trying to whip a ball in. Timely intervention there by Mohammad Rizkan. Ball towards Mohammad Rizni. Play on, says the referee. But now I think the referee says it was an attempt to find advantage, but rightfully gives the free kick away in favour of Renown, and it will be Hakim to slow things down and take it. Quickly taken short free kick.
Both teams early on seem to be having a rather cagey affair, ball spending a lot of time in midfield. There seems to be an onus on the defensive, with both teams lined up at the moment with four in the back four rather than a back three, as we saw initially, especially in the case of Navy SC. Once again, it's the captain for Navy. He's been very busy down that flank, just a bit too much in terms of what he needs to do, quite a bit happening. And here we go, Eranga again, who put in that free kick. Looking for his number 11, Dhammika Ratnayaka, who puts a ball in. Turning inside the box at this point. Renown once again have enough men back there, and oh my god, very close indeed. Once again from Krishanta Pereira, who's been a threat down this right flank. That snapshot just sailing over the bar.
I think he took it as it came, Krishanta Pereira, but he wasn't far off. And with every attempt, Navy seemed to be getting closer and closer to the target, which Renown wouldn't want to see. But they have to be aware of the fact that they are giving them ample time to make such opportunities. So especially Dhammika Pereira given a lot of space on the left hand side. Again, as we speak, Subhash easily moves past Dimuthu Priyadarshana, but again makes a wrong call. There was a man running right across the face of goal. I think the ball should have been played accordingly, but he decided to cut the ball back, and Renown had enough and more bodies inside the box to deal with it. But again, cheaply given away by Rizni to Krishanta Pereira, but Afam illegal infringement, says the referee, and free kick again for Navy SC, this time on the right hand side.
Krishanta Pereira seems to be the target of most of these defensive tackles. Quite a few tactical ones being put in. Krishanta Pereira there on the end of an Afam Akram tackle. Didn't see much wrong with it, Joe.
Yeah, seemed certainly legitimate to the naked eye, but I think the referee decided that it was rather cynical because it was from behind. But again, excellent free kick, but easily dealt with by the Navy defence. But the resulting attempt on goal was rather poor by Chaturanga Sanjeeva. But Dhammika Perera does very well to win a corner out of nothing there. And it's another set piece for Navy SC to put the ball into the box. Dhammika Ratnayaka, rather, I beg your pardon. Excellent ball into the near post, but again dealt with. Mohammad Usman wasn't convincing, but gets the job done. But what a ball there by towards Job Michael, who had so much time and space, but his shot ricocheting off the defender and falling rather kindly for the Navy SC goalkeeper. But this is the threat Navy have to be aware of when they attack, because they could be caught napping at the back. And Job Michael certainly has the pace and power to trouble the defense, as we see a player down. It looks as if though it's Mohammad Rizni who is down, clutching his ankle. So immediately assistance called onto the playing field as the Navy players gather in and around the playing area, especially the offensive players trying to assess things as it has proceeded, trying to find a goal for all their efforts thus far. As we speak on your screens, you could see the free hit, the unique platform to voice your opinion. Quickly put together a passage of fully blown blogs on your own beloved game, with so much that is happening around in and around the island and globally. And send your contributions to editor@thepapare.com and be a part of the action and respects to your beloved game. Yes, another attack coming to nothing there. Again, Mohammad Usman with a free kick. Again, ball presents itself towards the Navy players. One back. Afam Akram, the intended target, found. Now Fazur Rahman trying to find Mohammad Rifnas. That's a poor attempt by the goalkeeper, who looked as if though he was about to collect it, but decided to punch it right up against Rifnas, who didn't expect it one bit. And fortunately for the Navy keeper, the ricochet flew off the playing field for a goal kick. Now Navy have to avoid these sort of unnecessary pressure upon themselves. That was quite unnecessary, if you could say that. Again, hustling and harrying. Very poor touch there by the renowned defender Subhash, given all the space, works himself into the box, but the square ball had a little too much than what the player required at that moment. It's Nalaka Roshan who was harrying inside the penalty area, but the ball had way too much for him to get a telling touch. Again, an unnecessary pass, gifting the ball back to Renown, Navy rather, by Renown, and almost paying for it.
Navy have looked like the top team over the course of this first 20 minutes or so. It would have been absolute devastation if they were to concede due to some poor goalkeeping skills shown there. Rifnas nearly the beneficiary, and once again we can see the ball spread out wide. Navy seem to be really liking that left flank. This time it was Chaturanga Sanjeeva looking that way.
Namira Ratnaik again, the recipient of the ball, unable to control it, but a throw in rather. Again, the ball given away cheaply there. Now Rifnas looking for his numbers, finding Fazal. Fazal thus far has not been involved in the game as much as he would have wanted to, but finds Job Michael nonetheless. Snapshot from outside the box, rather hopeful if any, but wins the throw in nonetheless. Afam asking as to why he didn't lay it off to him. But it is as it is. It's a throw in for Renown. Mohammad Riz Khan looking for his players. Lobs the ball towards Afam. Riz Khan now trying to find Michael but unable to do so. Rizni intercepts a clearance. Rizni to Rahman.
Bit of a miscommunication there between the Renown defenders as Dimuthu Priyadarshana goes looking for the ball, doesn't receive it. It has been recovered, however, and Mohammad Hakim now pushing on, looking for options. The midfield is not working today. Mohammad Rizni and Rifnaz normally seem to feed off each other's energy. They seem to be very telepathic in terms of how they play. Things just don't seem to be in order today. Rifnaz with a smart piece of play looks for Dimuthu Priyadarshana, just job Michael up front. The pass does not come off. Rifnaz, they are penalized for getting too close to Subhash Madhushan.
Again, Rifnaz looking back at Michael there, telling him to keep things calm, because I think he could have afforded one or two touches there rather than going for a first touch pass. So they have to be careful as to how they are going on about their business in attack, because they won't get many opportunities by the looks of it, with Navy dominating most of the possession. But when they do, they have to make sure they keep things intact and make sure they do or make sure they construct something productive.
And here we go, Rizni again struggling in midfield, looking for Fazal. Dimuthu Priyadarshana again looking back. They say you have to go back to go forward, and it seems to be the motto of Renown today. They seem to be taking their time. This time it is again Rifnaz who feeds off of Afam Akram. Job Michael looking for the long ball. Afam Akram for the second phase. Good ball into the middle to Rahman. Intercepted very well indeed by Navy SC's Chaturanga Sanjeeva, who's looked like a live wire in midfield so far. He's been at the end of all those balls that do look like those 50-50s. On the other side, it seems to be Supun Taranga and Tarindu Eranga, rather, the two fullbacks who seem to be doing most of the work for Navy.
Nalak Roshan too, I think, has been very good up front. He has caused a lot of headache for the Renown defense, rather. But when he's about to cash in on one of those mistakes, I think it's either a matter of misplaced pass or mistimed run, if you could say that. But certainly the threat is looming for Renown, as we see Rizni finding Fazul Rahman. Again, a very poor ball. I think that sort of a looping pass will not help anybody's cause, but Renown fortunate there to win a free kick. Fazal trying to take the free kick fast. It was Tarindu Eranga who was the culprit there. The referee deciding that it was not the right way to win the ball there. But Fazal with a friendly push over Tarindu Eranga by the looks of it. But he seems to be the player to be taking it. Now they have the height of Rifnaz, Rizni and Michael in the middle. Afam attack in the near post. So a lot of hopeful prospects up front. A lovely training ground routine worked, but Rifnaz's shot blocked by the first defender. But Michael getting on the end of Riz Khan's pass, but the linesman decides offside.
And again, it's Krishanta Pereira here trying to take on Mohammad Riz Khan. Riz Khan has been rather neat and tidy down this flank. He's taken care of whatever has been thrown his way. Pradeep Pereira looking for options. Again, Krishanta Pereira down this flank, but no, it's number 20 here, Nirmal Vijay Tunga, who looks out wide for his winger Dhammika Ratnayaka. Dhammika Ratnayaka has been threatening down his flank. Look for a step over, quick cross in. Renown with the men behind the ball. Dimuthu Priyadarshana gives it away quickly. Mohammad Rizni now looking for the foul. Mohammad Fazal boots it upfield, just job Michael up there. And Navy now pushing on again. Chaturanga Sanjeeva looks back to Supuntaranga. Supuntaranga's back pass comes back forward. Krishanta Pereira open down this right flank. Supuntaranga asking his captain to make a bit of a run. Krishanta Pereira on the line here. There's something about touchline hugging wingers with a bit of trickery and a turn of pace that can create terror in any defender's eyes, isn't there, Joe?
Yeah, I think that's what Krishanta Pereira can do with all of his pace and his experience. He's no easy customer to deal with if you are a defender. And as we speak, it's another free kick won there by Navy SC. Again, rather rash or unnecessary there by Mohammad Rizk Khan, if you could say that. And another hopeful ball can be hoiked into the box.
Certainly doesn't seem to be a lack of enthusiasm in the crowds as the cross comes in. A great chance on this occasion. Dhammika Ratnayaka almost on the end of it. Very well done indeed by the goalkeeper for Renown SC, Usman there. And now can Renown wake up and look for a goal? Rifnaz lacking options. Rizkan stuck back there. Once again Fazal looking for that little hoik over the top. Unable to do anything with it. Mohammad Rizni, Job Michael. Chaturanga Sanjeeva, high boot called by Rahman.
Excellent tackle there by Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Here comes Krishanta Pereira on the counter, finding Subhash Nirmal. Now can he find a telling pass here? Takes his time certainly, but oh, beautiful nutmeg pass to Hakim. Hakim drags him down. Get up, says the referee. It's a penalty this time. Hakim got away with the initial challenge, but switched off. Subhash Nirmal didn't give up on the loose ball. Got a telling touch and got the penalty. Hakim arguing, but the decision made is a decision given, and it's a penalty nonetheless. And it seems like it'll be one of the it'll be the right back who'd take the penalty there. Chamira Krishanta seems to be the recipient of the penalty. I don't think, at least for the naked eye, it didn't look controversial, to be very honest with you. But Mohammad Usman will be a daunting prospect for Krishanta Chamira. Oh, beautifully taken penalty. Excellent penalty there by Krishanta Chamira. And Navy on the stroke of the 27th minute have taken a much deserved lead, and they have seized the initiative yet again in another first half goal scored here in their home grounds. And at least can they capitalize on it this time, because last time they scored the first goal, they ended up conceding 4 on the other side, consequently losing the game against Air Force. But let's see how things will span out, because they've looked more promising, they've looked more menacing, they've looked way more threatening today against Renown compared to what they were against Air Force last week. And as we speak again, it's Hakim and Rahman trying to build something up from the back.
Once again here Afam Akram going after the ball. Navy taking no chances, getting rid of it, and this time it's the goal scorer again, Samira Krishanta. Navy no strangers to getting a goal in the first half and taking a lead against quite a number of opposition. But the real test is whether they can deal with the pressure that Renown are bound to throw in the second half. Afam Akram, Rahman on this occasion. Navy getting all men behind the ball except their number 9, their number 20 rather, Nirmal Vijayatunga, who's playing in the number 9 position. Now pushing forward again for Renown SC. Job Michael was in an offside position. He doesn't get involved. Very good chance for Fazal. There is no goalkeeper protecting the net. Good ball comes in, but there was not enough boys in the box for Fazal to aim at, and it was on this occasion Chaturanga Sanjeeva who came to Navy's rescue.
Where the Navy goalkeeper was going wandering, only he would know. There was certainly no need to do that. He had 3 or 4 defenders covering up the lines in terms of Fazal's cross, but he certainly decided to take the initiative into his hand, but almost pay for it. But fortunately for him, his teammate came to his rescue. Chaturanga Sanjeeva with a strong clearance with Fazal's cross. Now Navy certainly need not get carried away with the momentum they have in their favour. Especially the defensive line has to keep their concentration intact, because that is what is required. If they could see this half through with this lead, I'm sure they will be able to make something out of this game in the second half with a 1-0 lead in their favour. Afam Akram with the cross. Job Michael given time. Job Michael dancing his way past 2. Laying it off Rahman. Rahman with the dummy towards Rifnaz. Rifnaz to Fazal. Fazal with the shot. And deflected to a corner. And this is the quality they have. Rifnaz still not happy. Rifnaz certainly not happy. And certainly having an argument with Michael there. Michael certainly not pleased. Or Rifnaz certainly not pleased with Michael's effort. And Michael, certainly there have been a very harsh few words being exchanged between the two players. Certainly what Rifnaz was expecting Michael to do there, only he would know. But certainly it was not what Michael did initially. But whatever said and done, it is a corner. And it's a poor corner there by Fazal. Cleared in the near post. Certainly a lot of tension amongst the Renown players. I think the early goal has certainly gotten them off their feet. And here comes Subhash Nirmal again, the man who won the penalty, but Dimuthu Priyadarshana handles the situation quite well.
I think so. What Rifnaz there wanted Job Michael to do was to take the shot on the first go. Job Michael being a bit too unselfish there, trying to create some space for his teammates, and rightly so. You like to see team players do that, but then again, those chances don't come all too frequently, especially in the 5-yard, 6-yard area of the box. Rifnaz though, just a bit too enthusiastic, just a bit too aggressive. Will this go on to hurt Renown? Only we can say in about 60 minutes or so, as here Rizni brings down Chaturanga Sanjeeva. It looked like a foul on that occasion, but the referee thought otherwise. Rifnaz now taking matters into his own hands. Fazal looking for Job Michael. Referee's flag stays down. No options in the middle. Afam Akram, not the tallest boy in the park. Fazal still puts the cross in. Outnumbered there. But it's Mohammad Rizni. Does he take a shot? No, he doesn't. Rifnaz once again does not seem to be very happy there, Joe.
Certainly a lot of miscommunication going on in the midfield. One player doing completely the opposite of the other player, or his teammate's expectations, and that is what it seemed to be causing a lot of confusion rather. And like you said, I think there's two ways of seeing what Michael did there. I think in Rifnaz's defense, I think you usually expect your number 10 or your out and out striker to take whenever the shot is offering on target, rather than dribbling your way in and around the box. And especially with Michael's current form, you would expect him to take a shot from wherever he receives the ball in the field. So I think Rifnaz in his defense expected a shot. Michael, on the other hand, I think didn't want to waste the opportunity. Wanted his teammates to get in and around the box, so that in case he misses out, there is someone else who could have made something out of that opportunity. So I think it's just like I said, it's just a matter of miscommunication, but they need to calm down. They need to keep their head straight. It's just a 1-0 lead. They, I'm sure, with all their experiences in the past years in different competitions, would know that is not a difficult lead to deal with. As we see, Subhash Nirmal again given space on the left hand side, tussles with Rizni, winning the tussle thus far, but Rizni excellent in defense. Beautiful tracking back, excellent defensive play, and wins a valuable goal kick for his team.
Hakim here pushing forward as Renown go in search of an equalizer. Afar Makram on this near side with plenty of space. Job Michael spotting him. Afar Makram finds Mohammed Rifnaz. Rifnaz looking for that cheeky little pass. The goal scorer getting in the way, Chamira Krishanta. Chaturanga Sanjeeva. And on this occasion, number 6 Pradeep Pereira looks wide. Dhammika Ratnayaka looking after the ball here. Down the flag. Dimuthu Priyadarshana there for company. Ball comes in. And the number 9 getting in the way on this occasion. It is Nalaka Roshan playing the number 9 role. Ball comes in.
Excellent take there by Mohammad Usman. Again cheaply given away by Mohammad Rizkan. Certainly if they were to score in that occasion, he would have had to take a hiding, because that was a situation where he was under very little pressure, to be very honest. Didn't need to rush his pass, but he did, and almost paid for it, especially giving away the ball to a player like Chaturanga Sanjeeva. I beg your pardon, it was Nalaka Roshan. Was deadly, and he found his skipper, but unable to make something out of that opportunity though. Again, like we've been seeing throughout this 36 minutes or so, Renown not hesitating to play through defense whatsoever.
The Navy keeper there taking his time very smartly indeed. We've got about 9 or 8 minutes left in this half. Plenty of time to get an equalizer, and then we have a second half which is bound to be packed with plenty of action, especially as Renown go after their second goal, and Navy also, I beg your pardon, as Renown go after their equalizer, while Navy go after their second goal so they can consolidate their lead. Mohammad Rizni, the recipient of Mohammad Rifnaz's miscontrol there. Rizni again looking for options. Rizkan not freeing himself, finally getting out wide. Mohammad Rizkan. Rizni. Priyadarshana. Fazal finding Rahman. Job Michael. The target, Job Michael gets on the outside of the defender. Good chance here. Rifnaz open in the middle of the park. Job Michael taking a bit too long.
Excellent physical play there by the centre forward. I think he bullied his defender to get to the end of that pass, but again lacked the final product. But again, he's being very unselfish. He could have taken a shot on his near post, but he tried to lay it off to a teammate. But I think that's a sort of maturity he has developed as a player, because he was known to be one of those very selfish players when given the opportunity, as we see Chanuka Sanjeeva rather taking a shot from distance, a very tame effort. But Michael, on the other hand, like I said, I think he has turned out to be a very good team player. But to an extent, I think he has come down to become his villain as well, because I think he tries a bit too hard to link up with his teammates when sometimes the opportunity presents itself for him to score. So I think that's something he needs to look back onto, as we see Fazal on the right hand side trying to find Michael, but not the intended or didn't have the intended trajectory it required. Loose pass again. Ball picked up by Dimuthu Priyadarshana. Rahman to Rizni. Rizni to Afam. Afam trying to find a teammate. Finds Rizkan. Rizkan trying to whip the ball into the box. Again, Rifnaz not happy at all. He wants the ball played higher, or rather deeper into the box, as we see another valiant effort to keep the ball in play. Richly awarded, richly appreciated rather by the Navy coach, who seems to be very delighted with this performance from Navy thus far.
Chaturanga Sanjeeva, they're asking a bit too much of Dhammika Ratnayaka. Ball went out for a goal kick, and once again it's Renown, this time Mohammad Rizni finding Dimuthu Priyadarshana. Dimuthu Priyadarshana looking for Fazal down this flank.
Rahman yet again with another loose pass. I think that has been the story of Renown's half thus far. That has been the story of Renown thus far in this half. Inconsistency throughout the first half, costing them dearly. I think even in defense, they gave the ball away very cheaply. They paid for it once, but they could have easily been 2 or 3 goals behind for all the mistakes they had. And again, as we speak, loose pass to the back and cleared away by the Navy keeper. And as you see on your screens, the recap, log on to thepapare.com at 6:30 p.m. every day for the recap, your daily sports updates, which brings you the day's news and information from the sporting arena, especially with a lot happening with the Olympics, the cricketing world, and also the Dialog Champions League. Don't forget to tune in to the recap.
Just a bit of information for you football fans. The Olympic football tournament has already begun down in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. The first games, of course, were not held at the Maracanã because of the opening ceremony. The US women's team emerging victorious, while the Brazil men's team, Joe, not being able to find their way past South Africa. The Brazil team did have Neymar, Gabriel Barbosa or Gabigol, and the newest Manchester City signing, Jesus, all playing for them. Still, not a single goal scored. Do you think Brazil the favourites for the title by far?
Yeah, I think it's yet again like the World Cup. It's pressure of being the hosts that time and time again does reflect on the Brazilian teams of recent years. I think earlier, during their their golden era, they always preferred playing in front of their packed home crowds. They fed off the support of their 12th man, but now I think it's an added burden for all these national players who seem to be burdened by the pressure of performing in front of their host home team. I hope it is not the case for the Brazilian national team this time around, who already had the disappointment of the World Cup in the last year. As we see, Job Michael again scuffs an opportunity. It's a very wild effort, miles away from the post, and the ball sailing over. Certainly the sailors will be the happy campers going into half time. I think everything going according to their script. It's still a 1-0 lead despite all their dominance, but they'll still take it as it stands. They will bag all 3 points, which they dearly need in this year's competition, considering progress. But you can't underestimate the likes of the renowned forwards such as Fazal, Michael, Afam and Rifnas, who have been amongst the goals in this year's competition. I think easily in the top 5 to 6 leading scorers.
And Navy once again here putting the pressure on. They start their defense right from the top. Mohammed, Rifnaz trying to get the ball out on this occasion. Hakim, the recipient of a pass from Rizkan. Rizni. Slowing the game down certainly won't help Renown scores, because the Sailors have got plenty of players in behind. They've got a tough back four to get past, and also 4 midfielders. Just the 2 strikers there pushing up for attacking purposes. Even the wingers have dropped back, and on this occasion once again you can see the number 10 looking for options. Hakim going all the way back to Ujman.
I think as the half has progressed, Chaturanga Sanjeev and Nalak Roshan have linked up excellently for Navy in midfield, showing a lot of confidence on the ball. Again, they almost breached the renowned defense the previous time, but Hakim, with all his experience from his schooling days and also with the national team in the under-19 and the national level, just calmly heading the ball into the hands of Mohammad Usman, who happened to be one of his teammates from his school days as well. So I'm sure they have a very good understanding between each other. And again, all these efforts in which Renown trying to find their way through the Navy defense comes to begging most of the time. I think they have gone towards the aerial route sometimes rather unnecessarily, when they could have easily settled for a ground pass. Why they are taking that approach, only they would know. But the Navy players would certainly mind that, as it gives them ample time to regroup. And again, another loose touch from Rizni, handing the ball now like a Roshan to Krishanta Pereira. Excellently sent ball in. Krishanta Pereira trying to take a snapshot, scuffs it, but won again by a Navy player. It's Prabhash with a snapshot, right up against the defender. Mohammad Rizkan takes it down to Fazul Rahman. Rahman looking for Michael, a bit too deep. Excellent pass towards Afam Akram. Again the ball bobbles, and that is a very, very poor call. Certainly seemed onside for the naked eye, and rightfully it has triggered a lot of questions in and among the supporters and the supporting staff of Renown. The coach certainly seemed disgruntled by that call, but that was really, you couldn't say it's a 50-50 call. It seemed clearly onside, because Afam was one of the few players who made their runs from the behind. Now the Renown coach is making himself heard to the linesman, but that was a very, very poor call. Deshan.
Yes, most certainly. Afam Akram, they are coming from well behind down this left flank. Unfortunately, the referee seemed to think otherwise. It's one of those calls that can make or break a game, because Afam Akram just had one defender and the goalie to contend with. Definitely the Sailors today have looked like they are going on with their activities at a stroll, basically. They've not been too panicked. They've not looked overly worked, because they've got their organization very well sorted rather. And Renown, meanwhile, especially when they come into that final third area, they seem to lack the communication and the killer pass that they had against the likes of Tiharia Youth. Something that they need to think about.
I think, I get what you're saying. I think it's a beautiful attempt. Job Michael, oh, he scuffed his attempt. That was certainly class from Mohammad Fazal. And he created that shot from nowhere. Certainly caught the Navy keeper off guard. If not for the bye, I think they would have certainly been on level terms going into the half-time break. That was pure class there by Mohammad Fazal, but I think a bit more could have been expected from Michael on the rebound. But it's a corner nonetheless. Rifnath with a snapshot, very poor, and that will be the last kick of the half. And certainly a very dramatic end to what has been an eventful half, but certainly it will be the Sailors who will be going the most pleased in half-time. And do tune in for a thriller-minute ride for the second half, as it is promising to be a cracker of an affair. And as we take a slight leave for the halftime break, as it stands, it's Navy SC 1, Renown SC 0 here in Walisala.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee, can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me? Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging, and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Meh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day?
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Michael Jackson burlesque movie Malvane kinna sanga
Navala pitiye yurini me Sedavate leke Bob Marley
Endarango pila Lopura sexarala Loke matende do video Yapana ye Rajnikant Kottave Shahrukh Khan Loke engala vila Yo loke ta visibila Loke matende do video play ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉඳන් අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත් ජාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? Beh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day?
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee-Kap! Can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here we are connected to data SIM. Beh. I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
Michael Jackson burlesque movie. Malvane ginna sanga.
Nadala pitiye ureni me. Sedavate leke Bob Marley.
Endarango pila, locura sexuala, lo que me tende the video play. Yapana ye Rajini Khan. Uttave Shah Rukh Khan. Loke engala pila, io loke ta visibila, loke me tende the video play.
ලංකාවේ ඕනෑම තැනක ඉන්න අපේ ලෝකෙන් වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙට විසිවෙන්න.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත්ම කාලය සමග වීඩියෝ ලෝකෙ රිසිසේ සැරිසරන්න.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take, every step you take, every move you make, every game you play, every word you say, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
Progress starts with a dream. Through connectivity, technology, and talent, that dream can become a reality. Asiata, with you every step you take.
Come back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with the www.ThePapare.com here in Valisara at the Navy football grounds. We are once again presenting another game from the Dialog Champions League. Navy in a make or break encounter to ensure their qualification into the Super 8 stages. Renown, the unbeaten team of the tournament so far, taking on the Sailors. So far it definitely has been Navy who have been dominating the game. Renown have had their chances, but it seems to be Navy who seems to be holding the game by the scruff of the neck. You're joining me, Deshan Gonavala, with and also Joe. Joe, what do you think about the first half? Do you think Renown have a way back in, or do you think Navy are going to keep their Super 8 hopes alive?
I think as it stands, it's Navy who have all the trumps up against their side, but you can't underestimate the Renown outfit, considering all the quality they have. And but I think certainly been very poor in terms of Renown's point of view. I think a few loose passes, especially in defense and in midfield, didn't link up with the front men. Even when the opportunity presented itself, I think decision making was rather poor in terms of taking the shot or to lay it off to a teammate. A lot of miscommunication among teammates and a lot of arguments going on. So I think, and I'm sure the coach had kept tact or kept a marker on those kinds of things, and has spoken to his team, and they have started with a lot of intent, and an early cross by Fazal, comfortably dealt with by the Navy keeper, much to the delight of the home supporters. I think the home supporters will also like what they have seen from their team, certainly showing a lot more intent, showing their desire to be in the Super 8s. I think after last year's, I beg your pardon, after last week's disappointing result against one of their rivals from the forces, the Air Force side. And now as we speak, Krishanta Pereira wanting a free kick but not getting one. It's a goal kick or a throw in nonetheless for Navy SC.
Renown definitely seem to have lacked a lot of ideas in the first 45 minutes. Mohamed Rifnaz, who is normally the man to link up attack and defense and has been doing so ever so well, seems to be lacking a bit of form today. He seems to be off colour. Even the best players do have their off patches though. But Rifnaz, from the quality he's shown all season, this fall has just been shocking.
Yeah, I think you always do expect that one bad day in the office, but I'm sure that's just a story of the first half for Renown, at least in their point of view, because they'd not want a similar performance in the second half, which certainly would mean that they will surrender their 100% record or their unbeaten record in this year's competition. But the way things have started, I'm sure Renown are not willing to go down without a fight, as we see the Priyadarshana to the ball to Rizni back to Priyadarshana, but one back by Nirmal Subhash, but given away again. Here's Rifnas rather, finding Riz Khan. Very poor pass again by Riz Khan in attempts to find Afam Akram, but recovered. Hakim back to Rizni. Fazal laying it off to Rifnas, back to Fazal. Fazal trying to find Michael, unable to do so. Ball back with Fazal. Fazal now I think will sit down a bit deep in order to create rather than attack, if you could say that, because I think the creativity is what has haunted Renown thus far. Again, another hopeful attack broken down. Ball one back nonetheless. Riz Khan again with a bit of space, finding Afam Akram, laying it off to Rifnas, his skipper. Poor touch again, giving it away. Chaturanga Sanjeeva now to their skipper Krishanta Pereira sending it wide to Nalaka, who is unable to control the ball.
Krishanta Pereira has been playing a very important role in AVSC's attacks. He's been keeping the right hand flank occupied for most of the game. Dhammika Ratnayaka and also Tarindu Eranga down the left flank have been benefiting due to the spaces that have opened up. Renown, however, seem to be having more of the ball in the first few minutes of this second half. Job Michael, who got involved in quite a tussle with Mohammad Rifnaz over an untaken shot, tries to get the ball on this occasion. Navy SC once again dealing with the damage, the potential damage rather. Tarindu Eranga, Dhammika Ratnayaka on this occasion, looking for options. Midfield not opening up enough. Dhammika Ratnayaka gets it back from his number 6 Pradeep Pereira. Pradeep Pereira has been very good at filling those little gaps in the midfield, playing those little short passes and keeping the team ticking. Once again is Rizkan. Afam Akram who has been kept silent to a great degree over the course of this game.
I think both the wingers on either side have been kept really quiet. They have been a handful to the defenders, but it's the defenders who have come up trumps so far. Again, as we see Rahman with another poor pass towards Fazal. Fazal trying to retrieve the loose ball, but he does. And now there is a chance, but again unable to make that telling pass. But Fazal winning the ball from a rather lost situation. Again, hefty challenge there by Hakim. Rifnaz with a flick on header, but wide from the far post. But Renown showing more promise in the second half.
Rifnaz trying to push on, trying to get involved with the game, and Tarindu Eranga here on the near side seems to have gone down with a bout of cramp or maybe even an injury. He was threatening, especially in the opening 10 minutes, offered a lot in terms of the quality of the balls that have come into the box.
I think this could be a result of his challenge up against Fazal a few minutes prior, where Fazal came on top and won the ball back. And, he seems to be holding on to his ankle and the toe area. Only time would tell as to whether he is able to continue or not, but it doesn't seem that serious at the moment. As he picks himself up on to his feet, slowly finding his feet and trying to move comfortably. Doesn't look that bad.
Joe, probably that was a bit of a tactic to just break down Renown's momentum. They seem to have dominated the first 5 minutes, and it's a good way of, getting the swing of things back in favor of the Sailors.
Yeah, this is where I think all the experience of these players will come into play, because now since they do have a 1-goal lead, if at a point they realize that they are unable to play with the same intensity and pace that they did in the first half, they will have to play it out for a 1-0 victory. A win is a win despite whatever the scoreline is. So it's the 3 points that Navy are after, so I'm sure they will get it however it is available. As we see Krishant Pereira given space, but it turned out to be a rugby conversion rather than an attempt on goal, with the ball going way off target. Rizkan to Rahman to Rizni finding Michael to Fazal working himself through the middle, trying to find Michael, and a slight miscommunication, but the ball cleared off danger nonetheless. Throw in for Renown. Again, Navy getting into a slight tangle there, but the danger cleared. It's a throw in nonetheless. Again, a lovely ball into the box, but dealt with Navy by Navy. Now Nalaka on the ball, linking up with his midfield. Here comes
Chaturanga Sanjeeva there, unleashes his left his left winger rather, Dhammika Ratnayaka, and number 20 now on the ball. Nirmal Vijayatunga, he's been a handful. Dhammika Ratnayaka, who's had quite a lot of joy down this left flank, finds Chaturanga Sanjeeva again. He's definitely playing that number 10 role far better than Rifnas is today. He's having a very good day at the office. Renown unable to get rid of it first time. Afam Akram with a back pass that caused a bit of doubt in the minds of Mohammad Hakim, who could not get away. Now Rahuman with a beautiful pass to Mohammad Fazal. Absolutely scrumptious. Fazal now trying to get in the way of his marker and the goal. Unfortunately, ball got tangled. Rifnaz now with a good chance to put a good pass in. Job Michael scores and it is the equalizer. Renown 1, Navy 1.
And that is the threat I spoke about time and time again with Renown. You can't count them out. And like I said, a 1-goal lead is certainly not enough. And that is the sort of moment they've been waiting for. And again, all those miscommunications, all those arguments seem to have vanished as the captain embraces Michael in celebrating the goal. And as we speak, a substitution is taking place, and surprisingly so, it's the man who has been playing very well so far. It's Nalaka Pereira who's been taken off, and the number 24 will take his place in the field, and that is a surprising move. I don't know with this is in respects to a injury, but certainly the substitution has been made now as we speak. Afam Akram again whips in a ball, but right into the midriff of the keeper, very comfortable. But now Renown will attack with their tails up. The momentum is with them, and just to just a confirmation, it's Geran Fernando who has made himself into the playing field. And seemingly will play on the right hand side of this attack. Quick throw in taken now. A lot of questions being asked by the linesman as to whether the throw was actually Navy SC's, but yes, it is seemingly there. It was seemingly theirs, and play did continue. Afam Akram again pushed and shoved. Quickly taken free kick. Rizni looking for his numbers, trying to shift the ball from midfield to the right, but goes back to his defender. Now back to Mohammad Rizkan on the left. Hakim trying to look for his men up front. Chaturanga Sanjeeva though intercepts. Now Navy with a chance to build an attack. Now Navy will have to come off their blocks again. Their goal is their 1-goal lead has vanished, and now it is back where we started proceedings from, on level terms. And I think at the moment it's Renown who hold all trumps, as they wouldn't mind a draw. To be very honest, despite losing the 100% record, I think a draw will not do any sort of damage for them as a result. But on the flip side, I think Navy will want all 3 points, or do want all 3 points. So we see a rash challenge there by Jarin Fernando on Hakim. Referee intervening, rightly so. Quickly taken free kick though. Fazal to Dimuthu Priyadarshana, trying to make his way forward, but decides to go for a long ball instead towards Michael. Michael again getting the better of his defender. Turns his defender, but the keeper makes a timely intervention.
Pradeep Pereira, they are trying to look for his man, the number 20, Nirmal Vijay Dunga. Unfortunately, just a bit too much on it. Mohammad Rizvi now on the ball for Renown SC. Fazlur Rahman to Mohammad Dafan Akram. Good interception there by Navy. And now the counter attack certainly is on Nirmal Vijay Dunga on the inside here with Geran Fernando. Geran Fernando does get on the end of it. A bit of a tussle there for the ball. Dimuthu Priyadarshana rather getting rid of the ball and doing the needful.
Yeah, I think again Krishant Pereira had more time to work himself into the penalty area, but decided to go for an early cross. But again, Renown had the numbers at the back, to deal with the situation, which they did. Still, they are pegged in their own half. Again, the ball given back towards Krishant Pereira. Subhash Nirmal, I think, putting in a really good shift today. Running his socks off up front, both on the right and the left. I think he's playing a floater's role. I think he's given the license to roam around, and I think he's capitalizing it very well for his team. He was the man who won the penalty, which opened the scoring for today. Again, a needless handball given away there by Navy.
Once again, it's Afam Akram on the ball. They seem to be looking at the youngster for inspiration. ThePapare not having enough men in front to create any significant chances. Geron Fernando looks out wide. Good chance now, but Renown do have moment in the box. Mohammad Usman makes no mistakes with that one, and now Mohammad Fazal down this right flank. Priyadarshana coming in from behind. Mohammad Rifnaz spotting Akram's run beautifully. Plenty of space for Afam Akram. Took a bit too long. Box has got clustered a bit more. Mohammad Rifnaz now coming in. John Michael nearly getting on the end of that one. Maybe paying the price for being a bit complacent and giving the ball away in the final third. Really opens themselves up for the counter-attacks, and that really is the strength of Renown SC.
I think after running their hearts out in the first half, closing their opponents down, they seem to be a bit tired at the back. Certainly being caught a few times for pace. So we see Fazul Rahman tussled away by Jaren Fernando, the substitute. And the skipper lays off the ball beautifully to Subhash Nirmal, who gratefully accepts it. Now they will bring their numbers forward. Chaturanga Sanjeeva looking for his keeper, finding his keeper. Now they're looking for the numbers up front, but again the attack cut short by Hakim's intervention, but ball again given away. Jaren Fernando trying to take a shot away, but the intentions were right, but it lacked the execution it required.
Afam Akram and Mohammad Fazal seem to have swapped flanks. Afam Akram definitely seems to have been tasked with taking on Taridu Aranga, the man who had a bout of an injury a few minutes ago. Definitely a smart move by the Saunders coach as Navy push on with Nirmal Vijay Tunga, whose shot goes straight at the keeper. And this is the first test now. Afam Akram gets rid of the ball early on. And he does have a bit more legs than Tarindu Aranga. Unfortunately, the ball wasn't successful in getting there. Chaturanga Sanjeeva looking for support. The crowd definitely getting behind the home team here. The pressure certainly is on. Good chance now, Geron Fernando making a run inside, the ball ending up just in behind. Dhammika Ratnayaka also there for support. Rahman now.
Again, the idea was right there by Subhash Nirmal. Wanted to play in Jaren Fernando, who was marching forward, but again didn't have the legs or the execution. Just slightly behind the striker. Chaturanga Sanjeev with a absolute scorcher of a hit. Certainly testing Mohammad Usman, who took the venom out of it, and the defense did the rest. Fazul Rahman linking up with Afam Akram, almost getting on the end of Fazul Rahman's pass, but it's Chaturanga Sanjeev who picks up the pieces, now giving the ball to his keeper, but in attempts to keeping the ball in play, the ball finds its way behind the post for another Renown goal kick, but the game certainly has stretched by the looks of it. Chaturanga Sanjeev again now tired pass there, but his teammate came to his rescue, and it's another goal kick for Navy SC. The crowds now slowly but surely getting behind their teams, considering that They need to have that effect on their teams. And free kick given against Hakim right at the edge of the box. Again, a very cynical challenge, and Hakim seemed to have come out the worst out of it, clutching onto his right leg or the ankle area. Yeah, I think it was one of those calls as well, but I think the referee decided that he wasn't going to make anything productive out of it. Awarded the deserving free kick, and now it's Chaturanga Sanjeeva getting ready to swing the ball into the box. I think Subhash Nirmal will try to get on the end of it because he's the man more central to it, but I think the defender there who took the free kick caught everyone by surprise by taking a direct shot at target, but again a bit off the post as Navy recover another loose pass, but Mohammad Rifnas again goes for goal, but again wide of the post, but that was an excellent move there by the Renown skipper. First to win the ball back and to work his way again after doing so to create something out of it, but could have done better with the shot, but it's encouraging for Renown nonetheless. Yet another corner conceded by Mohammad Rizkan. Again now it seems like the right hand side is yielding most of the advantages position for Navy. Again a short corner. Chaturanga Sanjeeva works his way past, but his attempt to cross the ball was rather wasteful as the ball goes wide of the post, or rather behind the line. Again Mohammad Usman with a very disappointing goal kick, scuffs his shot. The ball hardly reached 30 yards off his line. We see Job Michael trying to find Fazal. Fazal again seemed to have swapped from left to right with Afam Akram. Job Michael with the ball, has the chance, but the shot is wide. Rifnas wanted the ball at his feet, but this time around Michael decides to take a shot.
Job Michael certainly has been encouraged to take more shots and to be a bit more important with the chances he does get in the first half. You could all see that he was more than willing to pass out, to try and create, try and set up chances for his teammates, but the message certainly seems to have come across from the coach to go for goal a bit more often.
Yeah, I think he would have. He must be brimming with confidence after his first goal or the equalizer for his team. So you can't really blame the striker for taking a dig at it. But Rifnas certainly didn't think so, as he clings up with Rizni, and that certainly looks like a free kick. But the loose ball has found his way towards Mohammad, or Job Michael rather. Rifnas furious with the referee for not awarding him a free kick. Get on with it, says the referee, as we see Krishanta Perera building up another attack for Navy SC. Chaturanga Sanjeeva back to Subhash Nirmal. Subhash Nirmal back to his skipper Krishanta Perera. Again a very poor cross there. Very poor cross. Certainly not pleasing Dhammika Ranatunga, who was expecting a better delivery, and another Navy player seemed to be on the ground. It's the same player who had an injury previously, Tharindu Eranga. He's hardly making any sort of movement on the field, and now receiving much needed treatment. Play resumes after that short injury stoppage. Ball awarded back towards Renown SC. Again, the intentions were good, but the ball did go behind Fazal, who does retrieve the loose ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us just now, we are here at the Valisara Navy football grounds. Navy SC taking on Renown SC in this Dialog Champions League encounter. Navy need to get 3 points to keep their hopes of qualifying to the Super 8s alive. Renown, of course, having no issues as they have won all their games up to now. Dhammika Ratnayaka on that occasion, the number 11, the winger for Navy SC, just a bit too enthusiastic, trying to be a bit too aggressive. Navy have been dominating the game for most parts of it, especially the first 45, but after the turn of the half, over the course of the last 25 minutes or so, it has been Renown throughout as Mohammad Afam Akram comes down this left flank.
Now, as you see on your screens, all photographs and videos published on thepapare.com Facebook page are available for purchase at reasonable rates. If you are interested in purchasing, for further details you can contact info@thepapare.com or call our hotline 0777 822 777 for all the videos and pictures which are posted on our Facebook page. Again, Subhash Nirmal enjoying the freedom which has been given to him, linking up with various players, and again that seems to be a free kick. Certainly Disney stopping Subhash Nirmal on his tracks. Again, just outside the box. Promising position here for Renown, or Navy rather, to take a telling free kick.
Yes, Navy definitely have been under pressure for long periods over the second half. 72 minutes in, it's a good opportunity for Navy to get a good ball in, to whip a good ball in. Dhammika Ratnayaka seems to be the man on the far post who has been the most threatening, but I doubt he can play too much of a role in this free kick. It's more of a role for the centre forwards to play. Renown though have the height advantage. It's going to be interesting to see how the free kick is taken. Renown resorting to some training ground tactics to try and break the deadlock early on, and unfortunately failed. The referee here calling for a substitution, and Tharindu Eranga, this man has not had a good game in the sense that he has been injured, but especially in the first half we saw that his crossing ability certainly hasn't been damaged. He's a brilliant crosser of the ball, and coming on for him to play a similar role is Christine Fernando.
I think there's a certain amount of tactical change has been done, and the ball has been scuffed in. I think it has gone in on. I certainly believe that is an own goal from Mohammad Hakim, although various players are claiming it. The direct free kick was ricocheted off the bar and came on to Hakim, who was the unfortunate player there, bounced off his chest and rolled into the net. And Navy again find themselves in top, or in front rather. And what I was mentioning was the fact that Dhammika Ranatunga was taken behind, and Christian Fernando was put up front in terms of the attack. So there was a tactical shift which happened as well, but within the course of that substitution, Navy managed to find the lead once again. It was Dhammika Ratnayaka rather who was taken behind, I beg your pardon. But certainly Renown switched off during that tactical shift. I think Christian was sent, he's a rather tall lad, was sent in I think exactly for this particular purpose of set pieces. And now I think Dhammika Ratnayaka will play as a left back, as Christian will play up front along with Gerard Fernando, another substitute. So a lot of fresh legs up front.
Renown haven't been in this position too often this season. More often than not, they've been the team that's dominated games. They've been the team that's rippled the score sheet and kept the scorers busy. But today, Navy SC deservedly seems to have taken a lead once again. They have been more potent, they have been more dangerous when they've gotten the ball. But Renown SC now chasing a game leave themselves open to the very tool that they use to tear teams apart, which is the counter-attack. Mohammad Fazal again trying to create those chances for Job Michael. Couldn't do too much. Navy anywhere but here seems to be the tactic for them in terms of the next 15 minutes or so. They've got a lead to hold on to, and they've got very dangerous players to contend with as Mohammad Fazal picks it up. Limutu Priyadarshana pushes it all the way back to Hakim.
15 minutes or so for Renown to at least grab a point out of this game. They certainly have the players to do that, but certainly not one of their best performances of this season's Champions League is concerned. But Navy now will just clear the ball as much as they could. Anywhere would do, as they have grabbed that much needed second goal. Renown on the other hand will try to push much bodies as possible to find the equalizer. Hakim, you could say, was a little unfortunate because he was rather close to his own goal, and when the ball ricocheted off the bar, he had very little time to react to it. By the time he did react to it, the ball had already struck him and was on its way towards the goal. So unfortunate for Renown, but that's the sort of luck Navy required if they were to find all 3 points in this game. So that's been that sort of a game thus far.
We have another man on the ground, and once again it's for the Sailors. They definitely have put a lot of hard yards into this game. They seem to have worked themselves right to the death, and on this occasion it's number 20, Nirmal Vijayatunga. He's put a lot of running in, especially in the final third. He's been the man to always offer space over the course of the first 77 minutes or so, and he's suffering from a bout of cramp, as we can see. Replacements are plenty for Navy. They do have one more substitution left according to the best of my knowledge, Joe.
Yeah, I think they have one more substitution to go, but I doubt they will use it at this particular moment of time. If it's just a matter of a simple cramp where he can just shrug it off and continue, they will allow him to, because he has been playing rather splendid thus far, and they will leave that substitution to the dying minutes where they can waste valuable time for Renown if they continue to dominate proceedings here on until the end. And Chaturanga Sanjeeva awards the ball back towards Renown after the injury, and the ball presents itself to Mohammad Rizkan, who passes it to Hakim to Rifnas. Excellent interception from behind there by Gerard Fernando, who didn't let go of his man, and now the ball finds itself to Krishanta Perera, dancing past Rizkan. Now to Subhash Nirmal again, easily barged off the ball. Afam with a lovely turn, passing Krishanta Perera, again intercepted by Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Looking for Job Michael, not finding him. Afam Akram on the ground. He's slowly picking himself up, seemed to be alright, seemed to have shrugged it off, and play continues.
Mohammad Fazal trying to get involved. A brilliant pass to find him through all those men in white. But Fazal's control let him down just a bit. Pradeep Pereira now looking for the new man. Geran Fernando picks it up, takes on his marker. Plenty of space to find the on-rushing midfield player.
There was no one inside the box when Geran Fernando lifted his head up. Rightfully, he kept the ball rather than waste it. And as a result, Navy still have the possession of the ball. Chaturanga Sanjeev also sitting deep, finding his skipper. Now the skipper, again, they are keeping hold of the ball. I think now they've certainly realized that they are in the dying 10 minutes of the game where they can actually afford to do this and grab the points. Much needed 3 points. Fazul Rahman, Mohammad Fazal finding Divutu Priyadarshana, looking for his numbers. Back to Fazal with a loose touch towards Rifnas, intercepted by Subhash Nirmal, and still the ball with Renown though. Rishi trying to dance his way past a few men, still holds on to the ball. Fazal now looking for his men up front, inviting ball for Michael gets the ball to his feet, now looking for his numbers, trying to cross the ball into the box. Fazal trying to chest it down towards Dimutu Priyadarshana. Dimutu Priyadarshana to Mohammad Rizni, loose pass, but Rifnaz trying to find Fazal, but offside given against Mohammad Fazal. And another player hitting the ground. This time it's a substitute, Geran Fernando, clutching onto his right leg, right thigh though, right calf rather. The reasons are unknown, but the physio will again make himself back onto the field. It's the lower calf area which he's clinging on to. Will be really unfortunate if it is a hamstring injury. Very hard to shrug those off and continue playing.
Yes, Geran Fernando has looked dangerous when he had the ball. Beautiful turn of pace from the winger, but definitely seems to be like a hamstring injury. He seems to have quite a grimacing look on his face. His evening seems to be done. Meanwhile, Christine Fernando, the number 3 who came on for Tarindwaranga and is playing down this left flank, hasn't looked all the more convincing. Especially when Job Michael got the ball, we saw that he wasn't very good at ensuring that his man didn't receive the ball. So something that Navy need to ensure does happen properly, given that they are defending a 1-goal lead, and they do say you're at your weakest when you defend a 1-goal lead anyway.
Yeah, always it's very dangerous when you try to rely on a 1-goal lead, but I think Navy have been forced into a substitution, or rather it's Subhash Nirmal who is being substituted. Now what will happen to Geran Fernando is yet to unveil itself, as he is being treated by the physio off screen, and as it stands, Renown will have a numerical advantage in their favour. The player making himself onto the field is number 12 rather. Number 12 is number 12 is Madhuranga Pereira. Apologies for that slight delay. And Geran Fernando seemed to be fine, has made himself back onto the field. So now both teams are back on level terms in terms of the number of players on field. Geran to Christine back to Chaturanga Sanjeeva, but ball intercepted crucially there by Renown. Now Hakim looking for numbers, goes sideways towards his centre back partner, who's galloping forward, finding Dimutu Priyadarshana. Back to Fazul Rahman, Rahman past one man. Oh, that is a seriously dangerous challenge. Rahman is certainly not pleased. His shin guard has taken a deadly knock. Studs up is what they're claiming. Yellow card is what the referee is going to show. Rahman certainly has come up really bad out of that challenge. Also, he picked himself up immediately. That seems like a cynical challenge. That seems like a really, really bad challenge. And now the players are forcing the referee to have a look at the challenge and possibly change his mind about the decision. But the referee certainly is only showing a yellow card for Geran Fernando. None of the Renown players are pleased with that decision. Fortunately for them, Rahman is able to pick himself up and continue with play. A friendly handshake between the players, but certainly they weren't pleased one bit with that challenge. Studs up, and certainly at this time of the competition, it's going to be really costly losing a player as important as Fazlur Rahman. Again, Geran Fernando again cleared away by Dhammika Ranatunga. Anyway, I would do. Dhammika Ratnayaka, I beg your pardon, but now Navy have only a few bodies up front, just two men to pick up the pieces in terms of the clearances. Apart from that, the remaining midfield is camped in their own half, and understandably so. That clinging on to a very slender lead. Again, good goalkeeping there by the Navy goalkeeper.
Navy taking their own sweet time with about 5 minutes left in the game. Renown definitely seem to be odds-on favourites to go home with nothing today, especially given that Rahman, Rifnaz and also Fazal seem to be rather off colour. Also, something that wasn't mentioned is that Mohammad Afam Akram, the young winger from St. Peter's College, who is also a winger for Renown SC, has been taken off, and in his place number 17 Mohammad Azlan has come on. Afam Akram, one of the key threats that Renown do possess, his turn of pace and also his trickery, earning him a place in the national team at such a young age, at just 17 or 18 years of age rather. He's definitely going to be missed in the last 5 minutes as the game continues to stretch.
Yeah, but I think on the flip side they have a fresh pair of legs as well, but it's a matter of how they capitalize on it, as we see Geran Fernando hitting the ground yet again, and again seem to be in a little bit of trouble, but picks himself up. Now he's certainly given the lonely striker or the lone striker's role, where he has to chase pretty much everything on or in the Renown half. Certainly a tiring job, considering the fact that he is nursing a slight injury. That won't be a pleasant last few minutes for him, but certainly he'll have to take that one for his team. Christian wins the ball and gives it to Geran. Geran to Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Now Christian has some pace, but lacks the legs to get at the end of that pass from Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Divya Priyadarshana finding his keeper.
And now it's Mohammad Hakim pushing on again, this time Mohammad Aslam down this flank, tries to look over. Mohammad Rifnaz the target, met well by the Navy defenders, and once again it's Chaturanga Sanjeeva, the number 10, finds Christine Fernando. Fernando should take his own time, he's got plenty left. Krishanta Pereira being found on the far side. Beautiful ball from Christine Fernando. Once again Chaturanga Sanjeeva working it. Good opportunity to put a cross in. Great chance. We have another Renown man on the ground here. It's Mohammad Rizkan by the looks of it. seems to be able to get himself up. And meanwhile, on the other end of the pitch, it's Job Michael going it all alone. No space offered to him by the Navy boys.
Mohammad Rizkan, although picking himself up, does seem to be in a lot of discomfort. But I think he decides to get on with it for the last few minutes. And Hakim with a hopeful ball up front, trying to find his teammates, loses out. Substitute unable to pick up the pieces as we see Navy trying to work their way forward. That's a very cynical challenge by Hakim. Will go down into the book. And he is the... Now Geran Fernando certainly seems to be down for the count by the looks of it. And 90 minutes are also up, but there will be a fair share of injury time added on as we see the fourth official preparing the injury time sign to make the audience aware. There are no substitutions remaining for Navy FC, mind you. All three substitutions have been made for them. So if Geran Fernando is unable to continue, they will have to deal with these last few minutes of injury time with one man down, or with only 10 men. And as the stretcher comes into the field, it certainly seems like it will be 10 men up against 11 of Renown. Certainly not what Navy wanted in these last few minutes.
Geran Fernando has been causing havoc ever since he came on, but it just does not seem to be his day. He's been hitting the ground quite a few times, as we can see on the far side. Renown also preparing what seems to be their final substitution. Quite a chunk of added time should be adding to the game because of the injuries that we've had to see. Are we on the verge of seeing a historic win here at the Navy Stadium in Valisara? Because Renown are a side that don't get beaten too often.
Certainly a huge upset in respects of this year's competition and how things have spanned out. And a huge result it will be for Navy. Huge 3 points to keep their Super 8 hopes alive. Certainly will boost their confidence to take down this year's unbeaten team thus far in this competition. So I think this will help Navy in so many different ways than imagined, as we see Chaturanga Sanjeeva lining up a shot on target, a resulting free kick. Chaturanga Sanjeeva, and that is an absolute wild hoik there. Certainly nowhere close to the target. The final substitution made there for Renown was Mohammad Rizkan, another injured player taken out, and B.R. Ahmed has been given his opportunity these last few minutes. And Geran Fernando, I think, has again made himself back into the field. Certainly not wanting to lay down or stay out of the action. Certainly wants to be a part of this memorable win. And again another card to be shown. And that's one of the substitutes for Renown SC in the second half. Not what the doctor ordered. Valuable time being consumed here as a result of the injury. Certainly the Navy player is making the most out of that. Again, I don't think Navy SC will be in any hurry to take this free kick. Chaturanga Sanjeeva taking his own time as we see a few players, including Christian, sent into the box. He is the intended target. Lovely flick on header. Oh, lovely header on the far post rather. Jaren Fernando, the injured player, certainly have found some energy, but was awarded as an offside, but certainly a menacing ball there. Hakim, now I think Renown have to send the ball forward. There's no point in playing this in defense. Priyadarshana. Oh, that ball took a wicked swerve away from Michael. That will be as a result of the ongoing breeze across the field. So we see Jared Fernando retrieving the ball from nothing there. Poor touch, very poor touch, but again, fortunately the ball lands at the feet of Priyadarshana. Fazal trying to find his man. Lovely ball, looking for Job Michael, cleared away. Rifnas dances past his man, finds Rizni. Rizni trying to put the ball into the box, does so. Very easily gathered by the Navy goalkeeper, and that should be that. And now all eyes on the referee to see whether the final whistle is to be blown. Has a look at his watch, but still player love to go on. I think that is due to the two injuries or injury stoppages which happened during the injury time, which is added on. Now Hakim, Fazal to Rahman. Rahman sends it to Rizni. Rizni, excellent control, cuts it back. Rifnas, shot blocked, second shot saved, and there goes the opportunity, and that should be that. What a valuable opportunity squandered there. Oh, but it's a corner given, so there is I beg your pardon, it is a goal kick given. There was a certain amount of argument going on with the linesman and the goalkeeper and a few players from the Navy SC team, but what a chance that was right at the depth, and that certainly should have been the equalizer for Navy, but it wasn't to be. Jaren Fernando trying to run past Mohamed Usman. Mohamed Usman initially did have control over the ball, but let it go. But Jaran's shot was rather disappointing. Fazur Rahman. Now this certainly should be the last attack of this half, or this game rather. But free kick again against Jaren Fernando. Quickly taken. Diputa Priyadarshana should look for his teammates inside the opposition penalty box. Still they are comfortable playing it around. Again now they have sent it in but dealt with, and that should be that as the referee blows the final whistle, and that is certainly a shocking result in Group B. Now the Renown players are protesting, asking as to why there was not sufficient time given, asking to the referee to show his watch rather, but nothing doing as the final whistle is blown, and Navy grab much needed 3 points and keep their Super 8 hopes alive. Renown on the other hand have surrendered their 100% record here, and now despite qualifying for the Super 8s have lost their 100% record. Rizni certainly not pleased. None of the players are pleased from Renown about the injury time saga, but whatever said and done, the decision has been made. Now they are going to have to deal with it or be content with it as we sign off here from the Velisara base grounds. It is Navy SC 2, Renown SC 1. In commentary, it was Deshan Gonawala and me, Harshan Joseph, signing off for ThePapare.com, sharing the passion.
This is the story of a nation on the move, competing globally through a fiber optic network, delivering solutions instantly with superfast 4G, redefining entertainment with 3G HSPA+, making every day more efficient with Wi-Fi, bringing a world of knowledge to your home with fixed 4G. Get connected to Sri Lanka's fastest network. Dialog, the #1 choice of the people. Dialog, the future today.
Sawadee can you give me data SIM?
Massage?
No, data SIM.
Massage, very good.
No, data SIM.
You are Sri Lanka? Why you no use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data, $5 a day.
Unlimited data for just $5 a day?
Yeah. Unlimited, same massage you want?
Me?
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.
1 for 1 is all I want. 1 for 1 is all I need.
Here, what's all this 1 for 1 talk?
The 1-for-1 plan from Dialog. Get 1 MB free for every 1 minute of talk time, per second charging and a flat rate to any network.
Dialog 1-for-1 prepaid plan. Dialog, the future today.
Here? How are you going to stay in touch abroad?
Dialog roaming. They give the best rates.
Only if you pick the preferred network. Otherwise...
Just get Dialog roaming. It's the one and only best rate on any overseas network, guaranteed.
One guaranteed best rate on any network? Woohoo!
Hassle-free roaming with the best rates in over 200 countries with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam. Introducing the Ultra 99 postpaid package from Dialog. Say everything you want to say with the ultra benefits of extra talk time, extra SMS and extra data at a monthly rental of just 99 rupees only. Dialog, the future today.
Here, where can I get a data SIM? I say, old chap, where might a fellow find a data SIM card? Kiannako.
You're from Sri Lanka, right?
How did you know?
Why don't you use Dialog data roaming? Unlimited data for $5 a day.
Unlimited data for $5 a day and...
Data unlimited, my patience isn't.
Unlimited data roaming for just $5 a day with Dialog roaming. Clearly the best way to roam.